So I'm currently in this sample edit mode. Sample edit right here, of course. I can go to main here. Nothing's there. I go back here. I got my sample edit right there. And I've got a sample here. I've got the beginning and the end chopped out. This is a James Brown track. I don't want you to hear it when you have copyright problems. And so I've got the beginning and the end here. So I'm going to hit this pad right here. The mode I'm in is in trim. Okay? So this pad, I can hit it. It will continuously play the sample. And loop it back. Now how I do this pretty much, well, I can hit it again, that stops it. Now how I do this pretty much, I get the beginning, I get the end, make sure it's right. And so this is my beginning. And to get that, pretty much, you're just going to use the first knob here. So I go to my Q link, I make sure I'm in Q link 1. If you tap here, this will move it in thousands. This will move it in hundreds, tenths, and in single digits. All right? So that way we can do the start. The second row for Q link is going to do the end. Thousands, hundreds, tenths, and ones. So I get the end is the red one, green is the start. That's how I get this whole idea. But what I want to do is create a stem from this and get the parts and chop them up the way I want to use them. So what I'm going to do here next is pretty much make a stem. I want to show you some more stuff here. This is the BPM that the MPC believes it to be. This is the root note. That means that the letter C, the note C rather, that note will be the actual sound at the normal pitch of this sample. If I move anywhere else, it's going to be higher. And of course, it's tuning, it's flat, so it's the actual pitch of what this sample is taken at. Pretty simple stuff here. So what I want to do pretty much is I'd like to get this thing to go. So I'm going to go to here, I'll press this stems here, and I can create brand new stems. That'd be kind of cool to do. What I think I'm going to do more than anything else, I'm going to actually come here and cancel this. I want to get this by itself rather than have it attached to here. But you know what I want to do? To make it easier for me when I get these stems out, I want to make sure it's maximum loudness. So I'll come to here and process, and I'm going to make sure this red border is around here where it says function. I'm going to turn my data wheel, and I want to get here, and I would like to normalize this level. There you go. This is an idea. This is the icon. This is how small, large. See, it gets maximum dB there. See that? Max, that's 0 dB. Just before it actually goes too far, it gets there. That's what we want. I'll press this here, do it. And so now it's made this whole section louder. Tap that again, stop it. So now I want to extract that out of here. So I'll go back to process right here. I want to extract it out. And here's extraction. Perfect, right there. It's a brand new sample, and it gave it a name, right? So I'm going to go to here and say, okay, that sounds cool. I come to here where I can actually change the sample name. That says 1. So I'm going to go back to here. Oh, I'm going to say, okay, go back here, put 1. And I'm going to go back to letters here and go to capital. Hit that twice, capital J, B, band. I'm going to call it loop, L-O-O-P. Perfect. I'm going to press do it. That's the name of my brand new sample. And I want to probably press do it right here. Do it. It's going to extract that sample out of there. And see, this is the old sample. I go back to here. There's a new sample, my loop. A little wide there, so I'm going to shrink it up a little bit. We're here like this. Perfect, like that. And now I want to probably play it, so I'll hit right here again. That's it. Perfect. Now I'll tap it again to stop it. Now what I want to do is want to sort of use my stems and sort of get this stuff stemmed up. I'm going to go to here. Okay, it's going to be on pad number 1. Okay, all these will be in one pad. I'll press do it. And what's going to do now is going to make 4 different samples. One will be the vocal. There's no vocals here, so I guess 3 will be usable, and the other 1 won't be. So now it's almost done. It's pretty quick compared to what it used to be. So the brand new MPC Live III has better processing. That's obvious right there. Great. So now I should see the other ones here. There's the bass line for that same track. See, I actually normalized, but the parts aren't really normalized. See that? Cool. So I'll go back. Here's the bass line. Oh, you can barely hear that, right? Let's stop that. So normally I'll take something like this, and I'll normalize again, of course. I'll go back to process here. We'll go back to our data wheel, our wheel here, and turn it down. We're going to go to normalize and do it again. And whoa, look at that. That's pretty decent. That's how it sounds. Whoa. Okay, let's stop that. Got some noise on top of that, but that's how it sounds. Next, we're going to go here to the drum. Let's hear this back. Stop that. Now, obviously, some noise in there. You can see the top and the bottom there. And if I normalize this, it'll probably sound somewhat of the same because I see it's almost as loud as it could be. I'll normalize that anyway, and I'll play it back again. Okay, hear that cymbal sound in there. That's probably this level here compared to here. You can see some differences in these samples sometimes. That's good. And so I got a guitar here too, I believe, is the bass. As the other part, let's hit this one. Oh, you hear the horns with the guitar. That sounds pretty good. Stop that. I want to normalize this one too. I'm going to go to process again. Perfect. Boom, right here. And not much probably. But you can see, you get to the peak. Can't complain about that. So we got the sample sound. Now we need to prove actually, is this really 93.45? You know, I don't really know. The MPC is going like, I know. Okay, so we need to prove that. So how I'm going to do this pretty much is put these samples on some pads and make it much more easier for me to actually hear them separately. So I want to go back to probably main mode right here, right? Here's my main mode, of course. And I got this first sample. This has them all on. I don't need to have this one going on. So what I want to do here is I want to change it up. So I'm going to press here. And I'm going to go to here where it says sample sign. And I got these samples here. See that? They're all right here for me to deal with. So I've got sample sign going on here. And what I want to do is get up here and sort of like use these samples and put them on pads. So I got them right here. And I'm going to use the drum, which I can take here. That's it. I just tap it. It's playing, right? So I can come to here. I'll tap here. And I'll tap this twice. It appears there right now. Now I can put the bass line here. I'll tap that twice. Bass line appears there. I want the horns. I'll put those right here. Tap that twice. That's how we can take samples we've created and put them on pads. Pretty simple. But I still want to go out here and prove this whole idea. So I want to now go back to my main mode right here. And, ooh, my bass is right there. Cool. And I got this here. So I'm going to go to here, tap right there. That's kind of low for me. All right, cool. So now what I'm going to do is sort of like, I got to loop this thing some kind of way. So I want to see how it loops. So I'm going to go back into my main mode here, pop this out of here. I'm actually already there. And what I want to do is put this in a grid somewhere. I'm going to go here to the Ranger Matrix. I'm going to go here to the grid mode right there. I know this sounds right here. I'll see a little white line along there somewhat, right? That's what it's going to be. I can see this is highlighted to that one right there. I can't see too well, so I'm going to open it up a little bit more. And now I can see it. That's even better, of course. I'm in a magnifying glass right here. That's why it opens up like that. And so I want to put one thing. I'm going to go to here to my pencil tool. And I'm going to put one right here. Right there, right there. That's good. And so I'm in 16th notes. So now what I want to do is go back to main mode right here and make sure we're in 2-bar loops. There's 2 bars right there. And what was that BPM again? So I'll go back again to sample edit. The BPM was 93.45. Okay, I gotta see this. I'm gonna go back here to main mode, and then we're gonna go to here, and we want to go to 93.45, but I better tap in here first. And I got 93. I'll go 9, 3, 4, 5. Oops. Let's do it again. 9. Okay, clear this out. Boom, boom, boom. And 9, 3, 4, 5. Excellent. Do it. Okay. So I've been working with it here. Let's go back to here. We'll try from here in 92. Or 90, 92. 90, 92. More it sounds like it fits here. Try it now. So you got to sort of adjust your tempo and get an idea if you have a problem. You got your beginning, your end. We know a loop before. We're trying to loop it now inside the system. Okay, that's it. I think it's probably really good. So I come to here. That's the loop. So I'm going to stop it now. I press that button twice. I want to come to here, tap this twice. And now I would like to at least warp this sound. This so I can move any tempo for it. So I'll come to here. I'll press warp. Warps there. And so that says 93, which it isn't. So my loop tempo really was, let's go back here to my main thing. When I actually looped it up, it came to 89.92. So what I do next, I'm going to go back to here and go to 89, press loop. Right there. I'm going to go to 89.92. I'll press do it. And so now this is the same as this. And now I can go back and show you one more thing there. I've looped it by making sure it was right. Then I came and put back on warp. Warp was off in the original point. I had to make sure it matched the tempo. So to warp it, I've got to have the exact tempo. I'll go to here, main again. Now I press play. Now I can pick any tempo. I'll stop that right there. Pretty cool. Now I want to go back in. I got my bass line here. Okay, I'll tap this here. Same thing. I go to here. That's going to be 89. Let me go tap here, actually make it real. That's 89.92. And I'll press do it. Great. Fantastic. Now I go back in here to the main again, and I want to make sure that plays too as well. So I go back here to the grid. I'm in my grid right here. Oops, hit the grid right there. I'm in grid. I'm going to go back to magnifying glass, squeeze it out of here. I want to view this. I'll click on here. Oh, my pencil tool, click right there. Pencil tool's in. I'll press play. Oh, cool. So now I know this is number 2 probably. I go right there. Those are the horns and the guitar. I'm going to go back though first to here to my main mode. I'm going to hit the pad for that. That's it right there. I'll tap the sample twice. Sample against there. I'm going to go to here, press warp. This is going to be also the same tempo. That's going to be 89.92. Perfect. I'll press do it. I'll go back to here, main mode. I'll press play start. Faster? Wow. Yeah, the new MPC Live III, pretty good. Let's slow it down. Too slow. And that's how you can get any tempo on any sample. You want to make sure you get the sample first. Check it out when you're actually doing the sampling in the sampler section right here. And then once you get the sample correct, you know it loops here. It will also loop in your main mode. Just need to find out if the BPM the MPC gave you in the sample edit will match. If it doesn't, you start the sample from the top. And of course, you just adjust the tempo until it does.